These are the values of Bly's shape hydraulic gradient, Bly's coefficient for different types of soil. So for fine micaceous sand, the value of C is 15, and shape hydraulic gradient, which is should be less than 1 by 15. And for coarse grain sand, having value of C is 12, and shape hydraulic gradient is it should be less than 1 by 12. Third, for sand mixed with boulder and gravel, and for loam soil, the value of C is in between 5 to 9, and shape hydraulic gradient should be less than 1 by 5 to 1 by 9. So the values for fine sand is large 15. So it is not it is depend upon the type of soil. As it becomes coarse, my student can ask the one question: why for fine sand the value of C is more, and for increasing size C will reduce. So this is the coefficient which are given by Blythe from his research. Hmm? From his research work, he have after his study, he have after the study of the uh, failure of the wear, he have find out these values. So for fine sand, the value of C is large. For coarse sand, it is less. So for coarse grain sand, it is 12. For sand mixed with boulder and gravel, and for loam soil, it is in between 5 to 9. The percolation is because it is for fine sand, percolation is less. Percolation is more for coarse sand. Seepage will be more. The seepage of water through the fine soil, it may be less. Okay. Therefore, the value of C is given large. Okay, 15 for fine sand. And for light sand and mud, which is having 8, value of C is 8. For shape hydraulic gradient, it should be less than 1 by 8. समजलं? Fine sand साठी त्यांनी जास्त दिलेलं आहे. From his investigation or research, you have found out this value of C. Value of C, Bly's coefficient. Depends upon the percolation of water beneath the foundation. समजलं? Okay. So the note is given: the hydraulic gradient HL by L is then equal to 1 by C. Hence, it may be stated that hydraulic gradient must be kept under safe limit in order to ensure safety against piping. So this hydraulic gradient should be kept under safe limit. So this hydraulic gradient, which is equal to 1 by C. This note is given: the hydraulic gradient or head loss of aid per unit length, that is given by 1 by C, which is equal to 1 by C, 1 upon this Bly's coefficient. To ensure safety against piping, the value of this hydraulic gradient should be equal to 1 by C. This is the note is given to ensure the safety of the wear against piping. The second type of failure is due to uplift pressure. Failure by direct uplift. So To avoid this failure due to upward pressure, the safety should be ensured. Safety against upward pressure. Now we have seen safety against piping or undermining. Okay. For that, Bly has given this various coefficient, Bly's coefficient for different types of soil, and this hydraulic gradient should be equal to 1 by C to ensure the safety of safety against piping. So this hydraulic gradient should be kept under safe limit to ensure the safety of the wear against piping. Second, due to the upward pressure, safety against upward pressure. The ordinates of the hydraulic gradient line above the bottom of the floor represent the residual uplift. The ordinates of the hydraulic gradient line above the bottom of the floor that represent the residual uplift water head at each point. म्हणजे ordinates काय represent करते हैं? Uplift pressure, residual uplift water head at each point. That is shown in this diagram. These are the ordinates that is shown here. The diagram में दिले पहा ordinates HL by L into 2D1 and middle la HL by L into 2D2 and end la HL by L into 2D3. These are the ordinates of this hydraulic gradient line, which shows the residual uplift. That shows the uplift water head at each point on upstream side, at the wear and at the downstream end. It shows the uplift, residual uplift at each head, at each point. If, for example, if at any point the ordinate of hydraulic gradient line above the bottom of the floor is 1 meter, the ordinate of hydraulic gradient lines are 1 meter असेल above the bottom of the floor, then that 1 meter head of water will act as a uplift at that point. The 1 meter hydraulic gradient line असेल तर uplift किती असेल 1 meter. जेवढं hydraulic gradient line ची ordinate असणार आहे height, then तेवढंच काय असेल that uplift head of water that will act as a uplift, that will be equal to ordinate of hydraulic gradient line that is shown in this diagram. तर इथे अपस्ट्रीम एंडला जर 1 मीटर असेल तर तेवढंच ते त्या ठिकाणी अपलिफ्ट प्रेशर सुद्धा 1 मीटर असेल, अपलिफ्ट water head, that will be equal to the ordinate of the hydraulic gradient line. Okay. If H meters is this ordinate, then water pressure equal to H. H meters is the ordinate. Ordinate cell, suppose 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter. Then the water pressure is equal to H hash. H hash meters will act at this point and has to be counterbalanced by the weight of the floor of thickness T. मग त्या फ्लोअरचं थिकनेस त्या ठिकाणी त्या ऑर्डिनेटला किती असणार आहे? थिकनेस इक्वल टू T and water pressure is equal to H hash meters at that point, at that ordinate having H meters. So from this, how to calculate the uplift pressure? Uplift pressure which is given by this equation, gamma W into H hash. म्हणजे जेवढा height असणार आहे ordinate, H hash is the water pressure equal to H hash meter. Ordinate किती आहे? H hash. gamma W म्हणजे काय? Unit weight of water नि unit weight of water ने मल्टिप्लाय केलंय, त्यावरनं काय मिळेल? अपलिफ्ट प्रेशर. वॉटर प्रेशर आपण कसं काढतो? गॅमा डब्ल्यू इंटू एच. डब्ल्यू इंटू एच हायड्रोलिक्स मध्ये तुम्ही स्टडी केलंय. गॅमा डब्ल्यू इंटू एच वॉटर प्रेशर दॅट इज इक्वल टू अपलिफ्ट प्रेशर. कसं काढायचं? गॅमा डब्ल्यू इंटू एच हॅश. गॅमा डब्ल्यू म्हणजे काय? युनिट वेट ऑफ वॉटर The downward pressure is equal to काय येईल gamma w into g into thickness. G is the specific gravity of the floor material. मग त्या फाउंडेशन मटेरियलचा हे मटेरियल यूज केलेलं आहे फाउंडेशन मध्ये मे बी कॉन्क्रीट और मेसनरी. So the specific gravity of that floor material, that is G, gamma W into G into T. For equilibrium दोन्ही इक्वेशन इक्वेट करायचं आहे. गॅमा डब्ल्यू इंटू एच हॅश म्हणजे आपली प्रेशर इज इक्वल टू डाऊनवर्ड प्रेशर. अपवर्ड प्रेशर म्हणजेच आपली प्रेशर इज इक्वल टू डाऊनवर्ड प्रेशर. दोन्ही इक्वेट केलेलं आहे. गॅमा डब्ल्यू इंटू एच हॅश इज इक्वल टू काय गॅमा डब्ल्यू इंटू जी इंटू टी हे दोन इक्वेशन इक्वेट केलेलं आहे. त्यावरनं काय मिळेल एच हॅश ऑर्डिनेट ऑफ द हायड्रोलिक ग्रेडियंट लाईन. समजलं. दॅट इज इक्वल टू काय तर गॅमा डब्ल्यू कॅन्सल तर राहते काय जी इंटू टी. So HH will be equal to G into T, GT. Subtracting T on both sides. तर T subtract करायचं दोन्ही इक्वेशन मधनं both side ला. तर HS minus T which is equal to GT minus T. तर दोन्हीकडे सबट्रॅक्शन केलेलं आहे T मायनस केलेलं आहे which is equal to T into bracket G minus 1. T कॉमन काढलं इथे. T into bracket काय राहत आहे G minus 1. तर G minus 1 इकडे आलाय लेफ्ट साइडला डिवाइड केलेला आहे एच एच मायनस टीला डिवाइड केलेलं आहे म्हणजे काय इक्वेशन टी इज इक्वल टू एच एच मायनस टी बाय जी मायनस 1. ओके, सॉल्विंग दिस इक्वेशन यू गेट एच बाय जी मायनस 1. मग टीची व्हॅल्यू काय येईल एच बाय जी मायनस 1. त्यावरनं थिकनेस काढलाय वेअर एच एच मायनस टी इज इक्वल टू एच is the ordinate of hydraulic gradient line above the top of the floor. H is the ordinate of the hydraulic gradient line above the top of floor. And G minus 1 म्हणजे काय? It is the submerged specific gravity of the floor material. For concrete, G may be taken equal to 2.4. Concrete साठी specific gravity किती घ्यायचं आहे 2.4. That is kept in this equation. Hence, the thickness of the floor can be easily determined by using this equation. So, त्यावरनं आपल्याला काय करायचं thickness of floor. This is generally increased by 33% so as to allow suitable factor of safety. म्हणजे कितीने increase करायचं आहे thickness of floor can be easily increased by 33% so as to allow suitable factor of safety. It is increased by 33% so as to ensure the safety against this upward pressure. Safety कसं ensure केलं समजलं. It is this thickness of floor that is increased by 33% to allow the suitable factor of safety. Okay, factor of safety against upward pressure. समजलं इथपर्यंत. This is the Bly's creep theory. Okay, समजलं का safety against piping or undermining and safety against upward pressure. Any difficulty in this? Please ask. समजलं का? So Bly's creep theory is important from exam point of view. Exam मध्ये विचारू शकतात Bly's creep theory for seepage flow for 6 to 8 marks. समजलं. पहिल्यांदा आपण लेंथ ऑफ क्रीप काढलं होतं फ्रॉम दिस डायग्राम. Bly's creep लेंथ ऑफ क्रीप त्यावरनं हेड लॉस पर युनिट लेंथ HL by EL त्यावरनं हेड लॉस काढलाय. हेड लॉस that may occur in planes of 3 vertical cutoffs. आणि त्यावरनं hydraulic gradient line draw केलाय. That is shown in the diagram. And for the two types of failures, where ensure the safety against piping or undermining and safety against upward pressure. So this Bly, after studying this failure of the wear, so he have given this uh, safety against upward pressure and safety against piping or undermining. So he have studied, uh, this theory, on theory. The name given to this theory is Bly's script theory for seepage flow. समझला? To avoid the failure of the hydraulic structures, he has given this theory, Bly's script theory for seepage flow. To avoid the failure against piping and to avoid the failure against upward pressure. This is the Bly's script theory for seepage flow. समजलं का इथपर्यंत? Please ask any difficulty. काय प्रॉब्लेम आहेत का यामध्ये? समजलं? So HH minus T. My student can ask this question. HH minus T is equal to H. How it comes? HH minus T. In the diagram, HH minus T. HH minus T. T is the thickness of floor. Okay. So HH minus T. H is given the ordinate of that hydraulic gradient line above the top of floor. मग त्याला काय नाव दिले? HH. HH म्हणजे काय? HH is a meters in at the particular ordinate. Water pressure equal to HH. So HH मधनं T minus केलाय. Thickness of floor. That gives the water pressure. So HH minus T. HH इथे काय दिले? Ordinate in meters. HH is the meters. Is the ordinate. Water pressure म्हणजे काय? HH. Okay. So total water pressure मधनं HH minus thickness of floor केलाय T. मग काय राहत आहे? ग्रेडियंट. मग ग्रेडियंटला काय नाव दिलेलं आहे? H. हे त्या ग्रेडियंटला नाव दिलंय बघा. एक मिनिट, या डायग्राम मध्ये तुम्हाला समजेल. सी दिस. तर इथे सपोज ते एक ऑर्डिनरी घेतलंय. हायड्रोलिक ग्रेडियंट कुठे आहे? ही लाईन आहे. सपोज इथे आपल्याला तर एच हॅश काय आहे? ऑर्डिनेट. एच हॅश दॅट इज शोन वॉटर प्रेशर मायनस थिकनेस ऑफ फ्लोअर काय तर असणार आहे. टी इज द थिकनेस बिलो दिस वेअर टी. हे मायनस केलंय. एच हॅश इज द वॉटर प्रेशर. ह्याच्यातनं हे टी मायनस केलंय. मग काय राहत आहे? एच. मग एच एक आहे ऑर्डिनेट. सपोज इथे ऑर्डिनेट आहे या पॉइंटला एच. मग त्या एचला काय नाव, त्या ऑर्डिनेटला काय नाव दिले? इथून ते इथपर्यंत ते नाव दिले त्या ऑर्डिनेटला एच. एच एच मायनस टी केल्यानंतर काय येईल? एच इज द त्या ऑर्डिनेटला नाव दिलेलं आहे. तर वेगवेगळे एच असतील या अबोव दिस फ्लोअर. दॅट एच इज द हाईट अबोव दिस फ्लोअर. इथे प्रत्येक पॉइंटला वेगवेगळे ऑर्डिनेट्स असणार आहे. एच म्हणजे काय? ऑर्डिनेटला ते नाव दिलंय एच म्हणून. समजलं? So h is the height above that floor. समझ लगा Mayer Salunkhe? How it comes? H is the ordinate by the subtraction of H minus T. Okay. Okay. In this way, this hydraulic gradient may be different at different hydraulic gradient that may be different at from upstream to downstream end, from A end to B end. So it varies. So that value of pH is calculated by this equation H minus T. Okay. So this is the Blythe-Script theory. So after this, another theory which is given by Khosla's theory. The name of theory is Khosla's theory for seepage flow. आता आपण काय पाहिलंय? Blythe-Script theory for seepage flow, which is given by Bly. After this, another theory of seepage flow was given by Khosla's theory. The name of that scientist or researcher is Khosla. The name given to this theory is Khosla's theory. Okay. So many of the important hydraulic structures like weirs, barrages, which were designed on the basis of Blythe-Script theory, which was designed on the basis of Blythe-Script theory. So different hydraulic structures which were constructed between the period of within this year 1910 to 1925. From 1910 to 1925, there are various hydraulic structures which were constructed, where different types of weirs and barrages were designed and constructed. So all these structures, hydraulic structures which were designed and constructed on the basis of Blythe-Script theory. Yeah, आता आपण पाहिलंय. Blythe-Script has given his theory, creep theory, that will determine the length of creep, head loss, the various. He has given ensured the safety against piping and safety against upper pressure to avoid the failure of the weirs. So between this period 1910 to 1925, various hydraulic structures were constructed and designed, like weirs and barrages, which were designed on the basis of Blythe-Script theory. So after this period 1925, in the year 1926 to 27, the upper Chenab canal siphons designed on the basis of Blythe-Script theory started posing undermining trouble. So after this year, while construction and designing of this upper Chenab canal siphon, so some troubles are occur, undermining troubles that may started in the year 1926 to 27. So during this period, in this year 1926 to 27, when this upper Chenab canal siphon which was designed on the basis of Blythe-Script theory, in that they observed that there are undermining troubles were developed. The undermining troubles were started. Some after some investigations were started, which ultimately lead to Khosla's theory. So to avoid these troubles which were developed or which were started during after the year 1925, in 1926 to 27, during the construction and design of upper Chenab canal siphon, that they have made some improvement or modification in the Blythe-Script theory to avoid these undermining troubles or piping troubles. So Khosla have made is a theory after some investigation, after some research, after carrying out various experiments to avoid this undermining failure or piping failure. The detailed description of this theory, which is available in the CBI publication number 12, which is available at Publications Division at Civil Lines, Delhi. Detailed description of this theory is given in this publication number 12, CBI publication number 12, which is available at Publications Division at Civil Lines in Delhi. What he has given, Khoslas have made his own theory. After his investigation, after his research, he have made this theory. The main principles of this theory has given. The main principles of this theory has given. The seeping water does not creep along the bottom contour of pucka floor, as stated by Bly. ब्लायने काय स्टेट केलं होतं? The seepage water or seeping water creep along the bottom contour. So once again we'll see this is assumption. इथे काय दिले? The percolating water follows the outline of the base of foundation of the hydraulic structure. मग जसं त्याचं कंटूर असणार आहे, दिले पहा, पाथ असणार आहे, outline of that foundation. Along that outline of the foundation, percolating water follows that path. The length of path traversed by that water is called length of creep. Okay. So water will seep along the bottom contour, that is shown by arrows. The bottom contour or path of that flow, along that path, the seepage will occur. That is shown by this arrows. Arrows is a Bly's creep theory diagram. So it follows that path. The Khosla theory मध्ये काय दिलेलं आहे? We have made some modification. काय modification दिले यामध्ये? Seepage water does not creep along the bottom contour of the pucka floor. म्हणजे काय? Seepage water does not creep होत नाही. त्या जसा जो कंटूर आहे त्याचा जो पाथ आहे एरोज, त्या पाथ आउटलाईन वरनं किंवा त्या बॉटम कंटूरचा जो पाथ आहे, इट डज नॉट क्रीप अलॉंग दॅट बॉटम कंटूर ऑफ पक्का फ्लोर. हे पक्का फ्लोर म्हणजे काय? इट इज नॉट रफ, इट इज पक्का फ्लोर or which is rigid floor. Along that bottom contour, the seepage water does not creep. It will not follow the path of that contour as stated by Bly. But on the other hand, this water moves along the set of streamlines. The Khosla's theory मध्ये काय दिले? That seepage water will move along the set of streamlines. जे streamlines जे फॉर्म होतात, जे आपण अर्धन डॅम मध्ये पाहिलंय, फ्लोनेट डायग्राम, त्यामध्ये streamlines, इक्विपोटेन्शियल लाईन्स आपण पाहिलं होतं. व्हॉट इज streamlines and इक्विपोटेन्शियल लाईन्स? या डायग्राम मध्ये दाखवलं streamlines and इक्विपोटेन्शियल लाईन्स. हे बघा. तर खोसला थेरी मध्ये काय दिलेलं आहे? This seepage water moves along the set of streamline. This is the assumption given by Khosla. त्या डायग्राम मध्ये दिले पहा. The seepage water म्हणजे seepage कुठून होणार आहे? From this floor. इथून seepage होणार आहे. AB ते दिले पहा. AB इथून seepage will occur. This seepage of water moves along the streamline. Streamline जसं असणार आहे त्याप्रमाणे ते streamlines कुठे इथे दाखवले पहा. Streamlines. These are the streamline. Streamline म्हणजे काय? Flow of the water through the foundation. इथे दिले पहा. This is the flow of water is shown by this line. स्ट्रीम लाईन्स त्याचा जो जसं पाथ असणार आहे स्ट्रीमलाईनचा जसा पाथ असणार आहे त्याप्रमाणे तो सिपेज होईल. तर ब्लाइंड स्क्रिप्टमध्ये काय दिलं होतं, along the path which is traversed by along the outline of the foundation, it will the length of strip will be there. So but in this coastal theory he has given the seepage of water will occur along the streamlines. जसं streamlines असणार त्याप्रमाणे ते flow होईल along the streamline. See the streamlines, equipotential lines which are perpendicular to this. मेरा perpendicular आहे. These are the equipotential lines. This is the Kosla's diagram ला काय नाव दिलेलं आहे, Kosla's flow net diagram. Okay, along the streamlines the seepage will occur, percolation of water will occur through the foundation. पर्क्युलेशन कुठं कसं होईल, इथून या डायरेक्शन मध्ये स्ट्रीमलाईनच्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये. समजलं, यामध्ये स्ट्रीमलाईन्स आणि इक्विपोटेन्शियल लाईन्स दाखवलेले. ब्लाइंड स्क्रिप्ट थेअरी मध्ये स्ट्रीमलाईन्स आणि इक्विपोटेन्शियल लाईन्स दाखवले होते. दोन्हीमध्ये डिफरन्स आहे. The field is given. Field म्हणजे काय, the is the region between the streamlines and equipotential line. Area enclosed in between streamlines and equipotential lines. H is the height of this water level is shown. H1 height of water above this downstream end. The water pressure H height in this height above this floor is given within these tubes. The streamlines. So what is what Khosla has given? The seepage water moves along the set of streamlines. Diagram में आता अपन पहले. This steady seepage in a vertical plane for homogeneous soil can be expressed by Laplacian equation. This steady seepage in vertical plane. The steady seepage कसं काढायचं? That is given by this equation, Laplacian equation. Streamlines हे equation है. D square phi by dx square plus d square phi by dz square is equal to 0. This is the Laplacian equation for steady seepage in vertical plane for homogeneous soil. यामध्ये phi म्हणजे काय? Phi is the flow potential which is equal to k into h. यामध्ये k म्हणजे काय? Coefficient of permeability of soil which is defined by Darcy's law. आणि h म्हणजे काय? Residual head at any point within the soil. That is given in this diagram. H residual head. Okay. The above equation represents the two sets of curves intersecting each other orthogonally. त्यामध्ये दोन टाइपचे कर्व्स आहेत intersecting each other orthogonally or perpendicularly. Both are intersecting. इथे दिले पहा. One set of lines are called streamlines, which are flow lines which follow the path of flow. Another set of curve is equipotential line. The resultant flow diagram which shows the both set of curves, that is known as flow net diagram. The flow net diagram. The flow net diagram is the diagram which formed by these sets of curves, streamlines and equipotential lines. त्या डायग्रामला काय म्हणायचं, फ्लो नेट डायग्राम. या डायग्राम मध्ये दाखवले पहा. These are the streamlines shown here which follow this path of seepage. त्याला परपेंडिक्युलर काय आहेत, इक्विपोटेन्शियल लाईन दाखवले पहा. बोथ आर इंटरसेक्ट ऑर्थोगोनली. 90 डिग्रीला ते इंटरसेक्ट होतात. इथे कसं आहे, हे 90 डिग्री आहे बघा. प्रत्येक या पॉइंटला ते ऑर्थोगोनली इंटरसेक्ट होतात. समजलं. So by this line, streamlines and equipotential lines, it forms the flow net diagram. त्या डायग्रामला काय नाव दिलेलं आहे, फ्लो नेट डायग्राम. म्हणजे कोसलाच फ्लो नेट डायग्राम आहे. अर्धन डॅमचा फ्लो नेट डायग्राम आपण पाहिलं होतं. अर्धन डॅम मध्ये दिस इज द कोसलाच फ्लो नेट डायग्राम. ओके. तिथे वेर इथे दाखवले. ऑप्शन दिस अपस्ट्रीम एंड, दिस इज डाउनस्ट्रीम एंड. ओके, अपस्ट्रीम एंड डाउनस्ट्रीम एंड. The streamlines. First is streamlines म्हणजे काय? Streamlines represent the paths along which water flows to the subsoil. Paths along which water flows म्हणजे सीपेज जसं होतं त्याप्रमाणे ते streamlines फॉर्म होतात. The seepage of water which follows the path of streamlines. The path along which water flows. Water जसं फ्लो होत आहे, पर्क्युलेट होत आहे, तो जो डायरेक्शन आहे that follows the path of streamlines. त्याला त्या लाईनचा काय नाव दिलेलं आहे? Streamlines. That is shown in this diagram. These are the streamlines. त्याला perpendicular काय आहे? Equipotential line. The streamlines, every particle entering the soil at a given point upstream of the work, upstream end of the wear, will trace out its own path and will represent a streamline. ये जो seepage upstream end ला होणार आहे, water is stored on upstream side. So on upstream end, at any point, the water will seep to that point. It follows the path of streamline. Streamline म्हणजे streamline, that path of that flow will represent the streamline. The first streamline follows the bottom contour of the work. The first streamline जो आहे, it follows the bottom contour of the work and is same as Blythe's path of creep. मग first streamline म्हणजेच काय? That is the path of Blythe's creep theory or Blythe's path of creep.